Did you happen to be around 60 to 70 years ago, maybe even longer? And do you like a combination of beauty and nostalgia? Well, this place right here in Madisonville is just the place to find it. Allow me to introduce you to Bray's Motor Museum and Playground. With all kinds of different automobiles from the 20th century, from horseless carriages to the Back to the Future car, Bray's Motor Museum and Playground has just about anything you can imagine, including a whole bunch of things that you never seen before, or haven't seen in a long time. Why don't you come on down here not just to relive your childhood, but also remember just how big and long a lot of these cars were. Not to mention how colorful and unique a lot of them were too. And this here place consists of even more than just cars and trucks. They even have a whole section that's nothing but motorcycles, including the famous duo from Terminator 2 and Evel Knievel. And in case you're wondering if they have a section that's not automobiles at all, well, they sure enough do. There's a small back room where literally everything is made out of Legos. These here consist of many different sculptures and buildings from around the world. And some Lego parachutes up on the ceiling. Old-timey gas pumps, whether they're Sinclair or not. A bunch of ride-around cars and trains that a lot of children used to play with. Old-timey campers that you probably haven't seen since you were a kid, depending on your age. And guaranteed to be more where that came from, Bray's Motor Museum and Playground in Madisonville is quite the place. Speaking of the playground, they even have a track in the back where you can drive one of their classic cars. You heard that right. They do, in fact, have a track in the back where you, my friend, can drive one of their classic cars. So my suggestion to you is, if you happen to be in Madisonville, and you were alive during these good old days as they like to call them, coming in here and taking a gander at classic instead of plastic could definitely be a good chance to take. It's also worth mentioning that they have a statue of the king of rock and roll himself and a giant transformer in there too. Bray's Motor Museum and Playground should be relatively hard to miss. You ought to be able to see a red fire truck, a giant motorcycle, and a Jurassic Park monster truck with a big T-Rex bursting out of it and needing a Ford engine in front of the place, and a Buc-ee's billboard right next to it. As of right now, they're open 10 to 5 on Monday through Thursday, and 9 to 7 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So whenever you got the chance, don't hesitate to come on down here and take a look at several blasts from the past, and some unbelievable Lego talent as well.